But that was a good trip.
But speaking of kids, what was the whole? I heard about it, but I never really paid attention to it. But the controversy, the 9 passengers.
Yeah.
Or 8 passengers. C'est pas 8 passengers?
No, I think it was 9 passengers. I think they have like 7 kids. Or again.
No, check.
8 passengers. Wait, sorry.
8 passengers. Well,
that's why when I wrote 9 passengers on YouTube and on Google, it showed me car. It showed me vans. I was like, huh? Okay, sorry, my bad. 8 passengers. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but in general, there's like this YouTube family. And honestly, it's been for years how like people have been criticizing the parenting tactics of the parents.
That was a crazy the white lady. She's blonde.
Yeah, and they're kind of weird because so basically they've done weird things over the couple years. I mean, there was one how the mom.
Yeah, that's the one.
She was
this is like no offense, but
Pete
like,
Karen.
This is like I don't know. There's just something about that.
I mean, it's kind of like she's smiling, but it looks a bit like eerie.
You practice a little too much, like
it's like this looks fake. Is for some reason.
Toute la soirée t'as fait ça.
I practice it like this. There was one instance when I think she was explaining how their older son, I don't know, he pulled a prank on their kid. It's not like he broke his arm. He just pulled a little prank. And then the mom took her away his bed for months. So he just slept on like, I don't know, he bed like a fat boy or something. I was like, what's happening? So people have been seeing that for years. And then what happened was like, I think last week, the 12-year-old son, so broke out of the house. He went to the neighbor's home. And then he was asking that he was thirsty. He was asking for water and food. And you could see all over his body. He had you could tell that he was tied up.
C'est comme genre un chat errant. Tu sais, quand t'es dans ton salon, oh, check, il y a un chat, man. Il demande la bouffe.
No.
It's just a kid.
He's not hungry. He's faking. So, but it's pretty, that's pretty messed up, honestly. And also, the weird thing is that the dad was saying, because turns out it was, his mom is like doing the segment with like their neighbor or something. So him and his sister, when they went to the house, the little sister that's 10 years old was also like tied up and stuff. And then the dad was like, we separated like 13 months ago, so I didn't know this was happening, which I think is cap. What do you think? You think the dad had no idea? I feel like he was, I don't know, man.
Yeah, boys. Like,
it's cap.
Do you see me in the YouTube videos? I was on the other floor.
Because you didn't. I haven't shown up in like 2 episodes.
If you guys actually go pay attention, I haven't appeared in like
2 episodes.
12 episodes.
Yeah.
Minimum.
And they felt 10 episodes a week. You haven't seen me since
minimum,
June.
Guys. I didn't know that was happening at that time. When that was happening, I was never there. It's kind of sus. I've never been there.
I do wonder
Even if I was there, I was in the other room, so I couldn't really hear. I had my headphones on.
Yeah. So
when I have my headphones, I can't hear anything.
You didn't do nothing.
And my hearing is really not that good.
I do wonder, honestly, because I have older children that are, I think, in their 20s. So I was wondering, maybe, I don't know, maybe to be fair, I feel like it must be hard to speak against your parents, because if that's how you were raised, maybe you're kind of thinking like, okay, well, it was a thing. So for sure, I guess I can't really blame the kids, but I think the parents were weird as hell, to be honest. And it reminds me of like, do you remember YouTube? There was like a channel years ago, like Daddy 05.
Right. That was the one he was like literally just yelling at his kids.
Yeah, and then so basically he pulled a prank on his kids, and then he spilled invisible ink on the ground on the carpet, and then he basically kind of gaslit the kids into thinking it was them. And the kid was like crying, like the kid is in pain. So I was like, so I mean, I don't know, I don't
then
think
I
it's
feel
funny.
like he was crying. You know when a kid like really cries.
Yeah, like.
He's like weaker, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yo, it's just a prank. We're kidding. Gotcha."
I mean, the kids did not actually laugh after. I think they were kind of like, I mean, it's pretty messed up, bro.
Even the mom was there too. She was like hyping the dad up. She was like, "Yo,"
because they were both, because they did it for the views, which is like, okay.
That's what I'm telling you. If you're an OG viewer of this podcast, I always called you need to take an exam before having kids. I feel like like everybody, you need to take like you pass a certain exam just to make sure you like t'es toute là. Tu vois ce que je veux dire?
I mean, I don't know how you're gonna control that for the population.
Have you ever thought about making pranks on your kids? Yes.
Nah.
Cannot have kids. I apologize.
But you know what? That reminds me of, I don't know if you've seen the TikTok trend where people break eggs on their kids' heads. They literally just take an egg and then just smash it on their head, the kids' head. And the kids are always like, why?
That's not that bad.
No, but honestly, there's a couple of videos I see, like the mom would tell the kid, okay, we're both gonna crack the eggs in the bowl, and the kid's like doing it, and then je dis la force that she cracked. The kid is like let's say 4, but the thing is like an egg is
she saw an opportunity to make a TikTok and beat her child at the same time.
And it's just a joke.
Ça, c'est parce que t'as fuck up ma robe, man.
You know? And it's also like an egg is not, it's not the hardest thing, but I feel like depending on I don't know. I don't need to I don't know what excuse I can have to smash an egg against my kid's head. I mean, out of nowhere. I mean, it's a waste of food. Too. So kind of weird, you know. I mean, how do you feel about like child family channels and stuff?
I mean, I guess it would depend. If like, let's say you wait until everybody's of age to like make sound decisions, you know what I mean?
So 18?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. When it's like the adults and then the other ones are just kids, and it's like, it's kind of weird, you know what I mean? And it's I've never seen it. I've never heard, or maybe I don't pay attention enough to it, but like I always hear there's always some sort of weird shit going on with those type of channels, you know what I mean? I've yet to hear of like one channel like family where like everybody, there's no controversy. It's not like super weird. Even the kid that was like playing with toys and whatever, no, wasn't there like a controversy there too?
Like this little kid that his channel has like millions of subscribers. I think I know which one. I don't know the name, but I think I know which one.
I feel like I heard something kind of says going there.
It's so weird, like, because the thing is like when it comes to like, I mean, social media is pretty new. You know, it wasn't there 30 years ago. So I think in terms of regulations, like, you know, when we see child stars, you know, they're under a certain system and they're protected to an extent. But how do you protect like kids online? You know, and I mean, it's easy to post your kid online. It's easy to post pictures and everything, but like the kids don't really consent or know what consent is. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like you can do whatever you want with your kid, but you can't. You have to admit that you're posting it because like, you know, you want to. You know, you can't be like the kid loves it. Like, he loves being on camera. I mean, yeah. I don't
know. I feel like a kid at a certain age, you know, I don't know what would be the right age. Like, I feel like, you know, a 6-year-old, if you show him a YouTube video, you just edit it yourself, you know, as the parent, you filmed him, whatever.
Yeah, he's gonna be happy. He's like, oh yeah.
And then it's like, yo, do you consent to this YouTube video? First of all, he doesn't even understand what consent is.
He doesn't know what consent means.
He's gonna be like, yeah, no problem.
Is consent chocolate?
Yes. Every time you say yes, I give you some chocolate.
I consent.
Then 3 months later, the kids, people in the comments were like, yo, your kid got fat, but what the fuck's going on?
What? But I saw a thing how like some, because you know how parents every new school year they'll like put pictures up of their kids and put like, you know, 5th grade, 6th grade and stuff like that. And I saw this random article and then officers were saying how people should kind of retract by like naming what school or like the year the kids are in. And I was thinking, I was like, well, is it that big of a deal? And they were saying how, you know what? We're so used to putting so much information of our kids out there. You don't even know if somebody were to like really track you like that, they'll know the school and their grade. Which I mean, it's kind of a stretch, but I do understand where they're coming from. Like, that makes sense. You know, so I get it. I was like, okay.
You know, it makes sense, but at the same time, what are the odds?
No, it's you never know. I mean, you
definitely never know, but I feel like,
you know, but
you know what I mean? It's not that deep.
I mean, or even like, I think there's like, I mean, I don't know, all over the internet, there's like 2 child stars that I always hear about. Or I mean, child stars in general, always talking about like their experience in like the industry. And I think there was a quote, I think it was Drew Barrymore, I don't remember. But the person was saying how when you're a kid actor, you get the responsibilities of an adult, but the respect, but none of the respect. You know, so which I was thinking, I was like, oh, that's pretty much like being a child actor is. I mean, I've never been a child actor, but you always hear stories of like child actors where like they become emancipated from their parents because parents stole their money, or like the really messed up situations that happen, you know, with the producers all alone. And then a couple of actors that I think of are like Janet McCurdy. Remember I was telling you last year, she wrote this book called I'm Glad My Mom Died. Yeah. You know, she was on iCarly and she was explaining like crazy things, you know. So like,
and she didn't get any money over it, something like that.
Yeah, I think like her thing was like she barely got any money left. And another actress, she was saying how her name is Addison Stoner. She was like pretty popular on Disney and anything at the time. And she was saying that by the time she reached 18, an account that was supposed to have all of her savings. So basically what happened was like people that were in charge of like, you know, her parents or like people that were close adults, let's say her mom was like her manager in a way. Her mom would like kind of take like a pay cut, you know, okay, I'm paying myself because I'm bringing you to like casting calls and everything. Yeah, each adult increasingly took more and more money, and she never knew about it because she was like a kid. Mm-hmm. And by the time she was taking out that money out of her account, there was like nothing. So isn't that sad? You've worked for like 12 years and you come up and there's nothing.
And the craziest thing is like it's your mom.
No, it's her mom or her parents. She was seeing like easy. It would have been over $500,000 in there. Like, easy. Bruh. It was gone.
It's been one listening to that film.
It's like insane. It's really like messed up. And even another actress, what is it? Alexina Nicholas. So she was in the show like Zoe 101 back in the day. Mm-hmm. So just in general, Zoe 101, the main actress was like Jamie Lynn Spears. So she was Britney Spears' sister. Okay. So she came on because the thing is like she was in season 1 and 2 on the show. That went on to like 5 seasons, I think. And after season 2, she kind of just dropped off the show. And then she explained how she went through like a lot of bullying for the producers, for the execs. And then one day, the main girl, like Jamie Lynn, was like bullying her. And I don't know if she did anything. I don't think she did anything. But basically, one day, I did a producer, like one of the producers came to her. She's like, hey, can we talk with Alexa private? And the mom was like, okay. And then the mom, they told her, oh, you're going to do like a test run to like the clothes and stuff. So the mom was like, okay. They're like, yeah, we'll bring her right back. They bring her to a trailer, and she goes in, and Britney Spears is in there. She's like, yo, like, what's up, Britney Spears? She said that Britney Spears screamed at her so hard that she said that she had like a panic attack. She was like shaking and crying in the corner. And then Britney Spears basically was like, oh, how could you like bully my sister? Like, crazy stuff. And her mom wasn't there. And after that, the main producer of the show came up, and he was like, oh. And he gave her like a little like iPad. And he was like, are you okay? Can you come back and set? And then she was like, I'm shaking. But like little experiences like that are like really messed up.
That's crazy. Qu'est-ce qui se passe avec Britney Spears en ce moment, man?
I know. I mean, I don't know actually. I feel like after the whole conservatorship thing that came out a couple years ago.
Was Free Britney the right move?
Sorry?
Was Free Britney the right move?
Let her be, bro.
Yeah?
I think she's doing her best. Let her be. But she's also a product of like, I mean, she rose to fame. She was like super young. Yeah. You know?
But she's
like really young, honestly.
Tu l'as vu sur IG dernièrement?
I mean, okay, I don't know what's happening, but there's always some weird IG things.
I'm just saying, just look into it. So I'm gonna see. Yo. I'm not gonna make any comment of it.
As long as she's controlling her own IG, you know.
Everybody go see what's going on.
Let her be, bro.
And then
let her be. Let her be. But can you imagine being screamed at by like your idol all the time? Can you name who was your idol when you were like 12? And like, or a person that you really like an actor?
Eminem.
So imagine Eminem came to your face. He was.
Okay, man. Because as I'm getting home, I'm throwing away all your CDs, bro.
Yeah, but that will for sure make you cry at 12 years old. Like, oh, I like you.
This is gonna be the start of my villain arc.
You'll be bashing him 20 years later.
Hell yeah, this Eminem.
So, I don't know, man. It's hard to protect. I don't know. I mean, would you put your kid into acting?
No. No.
Even if they can, your kid can pay all your bills. You just have to bring them to the casting call.
That's weird. You know what I'm saying? If let's say, if he wants to do it, somehow it happens. Okay, mm-hmm. I guess. Mm-hmm. But I would have to be always there. Mm-hmm.
But
every time you have to talk to them, whatever, I have to agree to it. You know what I mean?
But a lot of times the parents kind of let. There was one.
I feel like I have enough of like a head on my shoulders to not screw my kid. You know, I feel like.
You hope?
I will not screw my kid up. You know what I mean?
You know, you'll make mistakes, but I hope it won't be as bad.
I'm not gonna rob my kids of millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
There was one girl. I saw this article. She's an actress, and she was saying that she would go to casting calls or whatever, and by the age of 16, she was allowed to go by herself. So her parents would be like, "You go on," you know. So she was saying like one day she went, and then she was like modeling, and then they were asking her. Let's say they were asking her like, who was like your favorite, you know, role model. Let's say she said Marilyn Monroe. It wasn't Marilyn Monroe, but like a person that was kind of like very sexual, I guess, in her works or on media and TV. So she was like, yeah, I really like Marilyn Monroe. And they're like, okay, cool. And at one point they're asking her, can you take off like your shirt and stuff like that? You know, can you? So they take pictures. And then she was like, and they were saying, well, Marilyn Monroe would do it. How come you're not doing it? And she was like, what? But she's 16. She's like, I don't understand if I should do it or not.
Yeah.
Yo, well, even the girl. Remember, I was telling you last week of the actress. Then she was on the Playboy thing. She was 10. Can you imagine? What was that? What's the name of the actress again?
Yo, this is.
She was 10.
You know when they say "Make America Great Again," that's what they're talking about.
She was 10 years old on Playboy, and people were like, "She looks hot." Yo, see,
all-time bestseller.
or even because she did a movie. What was the name again? But I forgot. She did a movie. In a movie, her character was like, her mom was like a prostitute, and then she was like left there.
Of course.
And in the photo shoot.
Of course.
Yo.
As a 12-year-old.
No, 10 years old. It's crazy because online, till this day, you can find pictures of her at 10 years old with like bubbles. And I was like, this is disgusting.
Yo, this is...
And you allow your kid to be, and that's insane. And she doesn't know better because she's like 12. She's like, oh, 10, or she's like, oh, this is a cool... If my mom says it's okay, you know? It's disgusting, bro. I just you deserve jail time for this stuff like that. It's insane. I don't think you have an excuse to...
Hell no, bro. We made millions of dollars.
I mean... Can you buy me a Mercedes? Okay. You're not?
Do you think she's getting any royalty of that?
I think so, but I don't know.
No, bro. This is back when? 30s?
Or even when the
70s, 80s, bro.
Remember she had an interview and the guy was asking her, do you have any boyfriends? What do you do when your boyfriends? She was like, I'm 12. What is she supposed to do? What did you do at 12 years old on a date?
You throw it back? What that mouth do? What that mouth do?
What? We're gonna have to beep out this whole... Okay, disgusting. But I mean, another topic on the same line. People going to the sun.
Nice segue.
Yeah.
When you were playing that record, what were you thinking?